Alright guys, today I'm gonna hire a video editor for $100. It's a challenge. I'm gonna go on my favorite platform, Upwork. What I'll do is create a job post to see if we can find someone for $100 a month to edit my videos. This is gonna be a challenge to myself. So let's get started. Create a job post on Upwork, long-term project. When you're creating a job post, you wanna say video editor long-term, and you can say interns preferred because it kind of signals that you're probably gonna be paying a lower rate. So you want to let people know off the bat that you prefer interns. Video editing, Final Cut Pro. In case you forgot to put that in the title, you could put it in the description, no worries. Video editing, Final Cut Pro. Here you go. Video editing. What I'm looking for is just basic Final Cut Pro video editor that can do the rough cuts. Take out all the ums and the buts, repeated words. That probably would save me about 10 to 15 hours a week. So let's see if we can find someone. That's our challenge. $100 a month. Medium scope. Sure. How long will your work take? 3 to 6 months to start. Entry, you want to say intermediate. No, not at this time. So 3 to 6 months. I would actually go ahead and say 1 to 3 months because you want to try on different freelancers and make sure that you want to set a realistic expectation. You want to give like a trial period. Always go for intermediate or expert. If it's an internship, it could be either somebody who's new or looking to get experience for their business. So just say intermediate. Location, I always do worldwide because there's some amazing editors. Fixed price, $100. And we want to specify that it's not per project, but it's per month. So they know off the bat. Because usually video editing projects for YouTube is anywhere from like $80 all the way to $1,000. It could be even more. If you're not sure what to write, just write basic description and then have ChatGPT. I'm a YouTuber with 2 channels. Your girl with Alice. And get by Make It with Alice. I use Final Cut Pro for my video editing. I am looking for a rough cut video editor to help me with my initial edits, and put again parentheses, rough edit, rough cut. I need 2 to 4 videos done per week. Set the expectation. They are usually 30-minute rough clips that need to be condensed into 10-minute videos. I will pay the intern $100. If you are not sure, if you want to improve your copy, you can tell ChatGPT, hi ChatGPT, I am a YouTuber and I am writing this job post. Can you please correct this job description? Okay, even if you don't know how to spell, you can, ChatGPT will understand what you're saying. Net is slow today. Boop, 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 boop. Come on, ChatGPT. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, great. Job description, rough cut video editing intern. Here's the description, responsibilities, requirements. Okay, cool. I kind of like that. Much better than what I wrote. Description, it's a little bit more professional. And you want to include the links to YouTube channel so they understand the expectation. If I make it, I'm gonna get this URL, click it here. Okay, here we go. Video editor, long-term, interns preferred, Final Cut. And in case you have some errors, hit this pencil icon and edit the title, Final Cut Pro. You want to put this in the beginning, Final Cut Pro, video editor, long-term, interns, cool. And we will post the job and see everything looks good. So post this job. Let's see what we got. Congratulations, your job post is live. Now I will check back in a couple of minutes to see who's responded to the post, and then I will ask them questions. The reason I'm doing this is because a few people told me that there's no way you could hire someone for $100 a month. It costs about $100 per video, up to $200 to even $500 per video. I need to produce about 2 to 4 videos a week, so I definitely need somebody reliable. So the $100 is intended for someone who is an intern or someone who is looking to get some client testimonials. When you're thinking about pricing your services, you want to think also about barter. Like, what can you provide them? If they're going to reduce their rate, what can you give them? And the way that I look at it is that I have, I'm managing 2 YouTube channels, so I could teach them how to manage their own YouTube channels, or give them some business consulting and even give them referrals. Or if they're looking to get into the US market, I have some resources and contacts. So always think about, if you're going to renegotiate rates, think of it like a barter, like what can you trade? And this is something we always forget. We always are so focused on the rate instead of saying, well, how can we create additional value and get creative in our collaboration, which is an amazing thing to do. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because I will be teaching online skills. I will be using different software, solving business problems, providing walkthroughs and use cases. I mainly talk about ChatGPT, so make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you want to know more about ChatGPT, visit this playlist. If you have any issues in your business, let me know in the comments section because I will create a video and see if I could try to solve it for you. The messages I've gotten on Upwork from people who responded to my ad. So we got a message from Mehmed. I can cut your raw videos. I checked your channel. I'm experienced in editing long, raw videos, and I'm okay with conditions that you stated. Amazing. He gave me some examples of his work. Not bad.
What's up, guys? My name is Eric Russler. I'm a stand-up comedian and host of the Best Podcast.
We got another link, which is this one. He showcases his work. 10,000.
I'm not playing a game. I think I find it hard to argue with that.
So he gave he gave two examples. The next I got on LinkedIn, somebody messaged me, Ashkar. Okay, again, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Ashkar. I'm a video editor and YouTube channel manager. Okay, this is channel manager proof. Okay, she has almost 3,000 subscribers, 189 videos. It's pretty well done, I would say. The third person that we have is here. This gentleman, he's pretty advanced. Hopefully he'll take my $100 a month. Video editor, 7 years of editing expertise, all your service, refund. He offers refunds. He has a couple of channels here. And now what I wanted them to do before you hire anybody on Upwork, of course, they could show you the portfolio and testimonials, but you want to give them a short sample of your work. So number one, what that does is you manage expectations. I created an internship folder and I have 3 different candidates. So let's go into the first one. I gave a script. So I gave a portion of the script that I'm working on so they understand. I wrote, note, this is only a part of a script in order for the videos. Then I have an edits checklist. So I'm trying to set expectations and this is what I'm looking for. Take out pauses, buts, also like, because, and, so, and any other filler words. And here are the clips. Clip 1, these are short. So I have about a 28-second clip. And then clip 3 will go after clip 2. So I'm going to go now to what Mehmet said. Mehmet said, hi again, of course we can make a test video. Let me respond to that. I've answered his question. I've submitted this link for him to try. Hi everyone. I finally hosted my final interviews with the freelancers, and I'm going to go over what I've discussed with the freelancers. So I had a conversation today with Chris, Loy, and Natalia. I did talk to a new freelancer, Samuel, over Messenger. One more that I'm talking to on LinkedIn. So when you're thinking about hiring talent, there are 2 types of freelancers, okay? One that is just going to get the job done, and another that is going to get the job done, but try to create additional value. They try to usually create additional values by getting on the phone with you, and the work becomes not so much the task, but it becomes a partnership and you match according to values. And that's an energy thing. When I'm thinking about hiring somebody for $100, and by the way, that's like my last $100 for the month, I want to look at them as like long-term. I typically try to hire people long-term. So I spoke to Loy and I had a great time with him. He didn't right away start the job, but he wanted to have a conversation with me first, which is interesting. He asked about my channel, which was awesome. He definitely told me he's going to get right to work and do the test. And then he opened up about some personal topics, which was really sweet. So I got to know him personally, and I really appreciated that. Then I got on the phone with Natalia. She did an amazing job as well. I told her I was upfront with her, and I said, if I don't hire you, because I am talking to other freelancers who have more experience than you, I will still refer you to one of my friends who's looking for a freelancer. Samuel, he gave me a few examples of his work as well that I'm reviewing. So that brings me down to Chris and Ashkar. Ashkar was really cool because even though I told him I have just a rough cut, he went ahead and presented a whole production, which was great. In his edits, we saw transitions, we saw text. I didn't ask for it, but he went above and beyond. So anybody that goes above and beyond is somebody like who's professional, who takes their job seriously, because it's not just about winning a job, but also winning the trust and winning, you want repeat business. So this is what he
Hi,
came up
Alice
with.
here, and today we got a fascinating experiment to see if the power of words can change our reality. Can we say and think really affect our reality? We're going to find out.
So anyway, we get a sense of what's going on. And then after that, he asked for feedback, which was really cool. I like it all, and maybe changing the cartoon water to real stock images, B-roll. So I wanted like real images of water. I really like your work, so compliment. And he said, yes, these letters and transition and sound effects make video a bit more engaging. And he's great at the sound effect. One thing, should we also change the font? If yes, which font that you like the most? He actually went ahead and said, do you like the font? Because I didn't comment. And I said, okay, here are my font colors. Great, amazing. Can you please redo it? And he goes, sure, I'll let you know. It will be in the drive. So already he's just going above and beyond. That's already a great step. Mehmet actually is following up. I asked him, can you please redo the video and add a little bit more text and some transitions? Because I'm trying to see what these freelancers can do. And then I got a call from Chris. He told me he's a video editor from Atlanta, 5 years experience. I looked at your page and I would like to help. I've been looking for a small YouTube channel. So he's already like looking for my type of a channel. He says you could do some of the videos for free in exchange for a watermark or mention in the description. You know, I asked a few questions. When you say mention in the description, do you mean the mention who edited my video on your agency name? Good day and thank you for speedy response. I'm available long term. I'm willing to edit your videos for free. Once you gain value from my edits, then we can discuss a fair price. I love that. So right now I'm going to review some of the other edits, and tomorrow I'm going to make a decision. And I have a feeling I may work with more than one freelancer, but I have to figure out how to stick within my $100 budget. I've got an update today on my freelancers. So I hired one freelancer and I'm currently now discussing with another freelancer on some sort of partnership where he would provide the first several videos for free. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So I had Ashkar, super cool. He's the one that did the really cool animated video. We agreed on $50 a month because he's only going to do one channel. So 1 to 2 videos a week rather than 2 to 4 per week. And then I'm going to have Chris Hall do my other channel. We're still discussing how we're going to do that. He proposed that he could do the first couple of videos for free as so long as I include the watermark or a shout out for his work. So I have a Google Drive. Chris is the one that did this video. It's super nice. It's going to go. See, that's his watermark right here.
Hi, Alice here, and today we got a fascinating experiment to see if the words can change our reality. Can we say what we think? Can we say and think really affect our reality? We're going to find out.
A friend of mine told me about this rice experiment that she did. And I'm like, what's that? So she sent me information on it. Then she sent me a video on Masaru Emoto's famous rice experiment. And I'm going to share with you what that is.
Dr. Emoto has conducted another interesting experiment. He placed rice into 3 glass beakers and covered it with water. And then every day for a month, he said, thank you to one beaker. You're an idiot to the second. And the third one, he completely ignored.
I love the sound. He repeated this every single day for a month. I admit, I thought that this experiment was pretty crazy. Actually, that's not entirely true. I was intrigued, especially since I heard of Emoto's earlier experimentation on water and snowflakes. So basically, Chris provided actual footage on the Emoto experience, which is great. And the edits are very similar to what Ashkar had done. And so basically, I showed Ashkar edit my Get By Make It with Alice, which are mainly tutorials. And then I'm going to work with Chris on Dear Girl. The reason I'm separating the two freelancers because You want to have consistency on your channels. I'm going to go ahead and just choose these two and keep them separate. Now, what am I going to do with the other freelancers that also did an equally great job? Well, I'm going to refer them to my mentor, Stanley Orchard at TubeBuddy. He's awesome. Make sure to check out his channel. He has a great fish channel and where he goes on adventures. So Loy sent me a message that he's going to work on the videos a little bit later. I'm probably going to have him do my thumbnails just so I have another talent working on my thumbnails. But I asked him to go ahead and send me the video anyway, just to see what kind of editing skills he has, because like I said, I could refer him to my friend Natalia. She's great. I'll go ahead and refer her also to Stanley. So we got Loy and Natalia. I'll refer to Stanley and Mehmed because Mehmed's also great. And then Stanley and his friends could choose the freelancer. So if they do a good job, especially for free as a test, refer them to your friends, because like they took the time and I think it's important. So Sam asked me for updates. I will go ahead and say, Sam, I loved your portfolio. I chose someone with a little bit more experience. Since you did such a great job, I would like to refer you to my friend Stanley, who is also looking for a video editor. So you really want to make sure to preserve that relationship and have the integrity. So send Sam a message. Chris, I'm still in negotiations with Mehmed. I got to respond to him. He uploaded another version. So I'm going to go ahead. And the version is a lot better than the last one. I'm choosing Chris and Achkar because they have more experience. So it's just a choice. So I'm going to go ahead and send Mehmed the same message and do that. And then Loy is still going to show me his portfolio. Natalia, I promised her. Natalia, as promised, I will refer you to my friend Stanley, who's also looking for a video editor. Is that okay? Can you share your email? I guess I could share your Upwork profile. Thank you so much, Alice. So you want to maintain that integrity and also like save time for your friends to look for video editors. And I'll give you my last update on how it went with Chris. Right now, I'm trying to consider like how much videos will he do for free? What does that relationship look like? You know, what is his actual rate when, like, what is his expectations? That's it, guys. That's it for today on how to choose a freelancer for $100 a month. I actually chose Ashkar for $50 because he's only doing one channel. Even better, if Chris can do a first few videos for free, I'd be excited about that, or just throw him a few bucks. Sometimes you lower your rate if you know that it's going to be a long-term relationship and you want to be able to like grow together, and that's far more valuable. It gives you repeat business than if you just always charge your rate and don't negotiate, because like of course I'm on Upwork too, and I also negotiate just so I can get repeat business and long-term contracts because those are more valuable. All right, guys, I've hired my intern for $50 a month. I saved $50. Originally, I was going to hire an intern video editor for about $100 a month, but I decided to have one intern for one channel. Ashkar is going to be Get By Make It with Alice, and then Chris is going to be on my other channel, Dear Girl with Alice. Now, Chris, instead of paying him, because I only had a budget of $100 a month, we made a separate deal since I don't have cash for him to do free videos with his watermark, meaning his company logo, so he can get his word out and build a portfolio of clients while I get quality video editing. So I'm super excited to work with both Ashkar and Chris. I just finished a call with Chris. When you're thinking about growing your YouTube channel and you're thinking about how do I bring talent, you have to be really clear with your values, your strategy, your business strategy, where you're going. And you got to find people that's the right fit. Are they excited to work with you? Can you provide for value? Can you give them some sort of value? If you can't give them what they need, what else can you give them that creates this equitable relationship? It's called a win-win. So with Chris, he needed a book of business and build his portfolio of clients. I needed his skill. Ashkar also is building a book of business. I needed his skill, and I'm providing a form of payment. Doing a lot more of these videos, so make sure to subscribe. So you'll get an understanding of my business creative skills and in general, how to make money online, how to create new value. And also I'll be teaching on ChatGPT and online skills and all of that. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions or any topic suggestions that you have for me for videos. Please leave it in the comments so I can go ahead and create videos and business use cases. So we'll have fun with it. I'm also super excited to see what the candidates come up with, what kind of editing. So now we're down to 2 candidates. Wish me luck. Quick note, even if the price is too high, you don't want to burn the bridge, and you want to make sure that these consultants are in your contact list, because you kind of know what you're aiming for. You want to know in your YouTube journey the steps that you need to take. Of course, when you're starting out and you're 3 months old, you ideally want to hire interns or pay them a little bit per month. And then of course, as you monetize or as you get more consulting clients from your YouTube channel, then you can invest more resources into the channel. So you want to have a ballpark number that you aim for, because you never know, that person could be your consultant in like a month or a week or a year, who knows. But always keep them in your mind. Well, I have a question. When you were hiring your video editor or your talent on Upwork, what kind of test did you give them, and did they respond really well? Did they ask you questions like, hey, I want to charge for this test, pay me, I don't know, $20, $30 for this job? Or were they really willing to do the test? Because the way that I look at it is, if it's a right fit, there won't be a lot of questions and people will just say like, sure, I'm super excited to do the test, and manage expectations by saying, by the way, like, can the test be a little bit shorter? Or they say like, if it's $30 and you say $20, if they're receptive, you kind of know that they're ready to collaborate. I always give people a test because it's not about the money or the time, it's about how you guys collaborate. And I think this is important because you want to present certain opportunities and challenges and just see how they respond. So I'm kind of curious on, when you ask your consultants to do a job, like, what questions do you ask them? Do they give you feedback right away? Do they give you objections? What kind of objections? And that's kind of like what I'm looking for. And in the next episode, actually, my friend just reached out and she had an issue with transcribing her Google Meets interview. So she had a recording. She wanted to figure out if she could transcribe her interview for free, because she does not want to listen to her own voice, nor is she interested in, she blames her accent, and I think she's overreacting. But anyway, we're going to try to find free software solutions to transcribe your audio recording. So make sure to check out the next video. And as always, do the best that you can every day.